Good evening, Juco Editz family, and welcome to Season 4, Episode 62 of the Juco Editz podcast. Tonight, I'm joined by Cleveland Guardians High A pitcher Matt Wilkinson. Matt, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you for taking the time out of your night, and let's talk some baseball.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so first off, Matt, you went to Delta Secondary. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, it's just I grew up in Ladner, British Columbia, just a small town outside of Vancouver, Canada. So just went to high school there till about grade 10, and then made a switch for a baseball academy in Alberta. But other than that, that's pretty much it, for that high school at least.
For Alberta High School, I want you to talk to me about your junior and senior year.
Junior and senior year, I was just playing baseball, and just kind of starting to realize that, like, okay, maybe we can go do something with college and stuff like that. And thankful I chose to go to play baseball there. Otherwise, I don't think I'd be in this situation I am today.
What was your recruitment like out of high school?
Uh, it was it got going heavily probably end of grade 10 year. I was starting to get some D1 offers from like Washington, Oregon State, Oregon, stuff like that. But my grades weren't the best. I can just say that honestly right now. And then yeah, that's kind of why I chose Central Arizona to go to junior college instead of Division One.
Okay, so Central Arizona 2023, you made 19 appearances, went 5 and 2, 53 innings pitched in a 1.87 ERA. So there's multiple teams that you faced that season and I want you to talk to me about them, okay? The
Yeah.
first one, College of Southern Nevada.
Hmm. That was kind of like the welcome to college baseball for me. I was a freshman, just trying to get some innings. Just wanted to show my coach that like I'm a usable guy and I could be valuable to this team. And kind of went out there, struck out everyone I faced, 3 innings, 9 punchies. So I mean, definitely a good first impression for my college coach, and kind of the rest is history from there.
Okay, New Mexico.
New Mexico. I think that game, I think we won in extra innings.
Yep.
I came in relief, got two big punch outs and some big situations there, and yeah, that's probably it. It was just a good game. I remember, I don't know, still probably one of the best groups of guys I've ever been a part of was that 2023 team. So, we did a lot of special stuff that year.
South Mountain.
Uh, Honestly, don't remember too much of that game.
Okay.
Um, but I think, yeah, honestly, I don't remember too much of that
Okay.
game.
Yavapai.
The first one,
Yeah.
it was mixed of emotions. Probably my first time getting like a little adversity in junior college. I made some big pitches, got some big strikeouts, and then I left a hanging slider over the plate. Don't remember who hit it, but some Yavapai kid hit it very far away, and just yeah, that's about it.
Western Nebraska.
Not too much to be honest. I don't.
Okay. Cochise.
Cochise.
Yeah, Cochise.
Um, don't remember much about that besides driving to pretty much Mexico. It's all the way down in southern Arizona, but we always had good battles with them, so I assume it'd be good.
Okay, now a well-known team that you faced, Salt Lake.
Yeah, that was kind of the probably my worst outing of the year. You know, elevation's pretty
Yeah.
big there, and then I just wasn't making good pitches. First time using metal bats because Arizona's a wood bat conference, and I definitely had a rude awakening there. But it was my first start of my second um in my freshman year, I believe.
Okay, so now we're going to get into the JUCO World Series.
Yeah, that's I had a lot of ups and downs my freshman year. Luckily it was still a good year and we were able to win, but that's honestly probably one of the lower moments of my baseball career is when giving up a walk-off home run in game one to Crowder. But I think that's turned me into the pitcher I am today, and just head down and going to work 100% of the time.
Okay, another team that you faced in the JUCO World Series, Wabash.
It's just uh kind of our backs were against the wall. Like we needed to win the game, elimination game. Um, I got chose to start over a guy who started all year, and I kind of just went with it, and I took the opportunity I had, especially with the bad first game against Crowder, and just getting a little the wrong end of the stick there, and it was good to finally put my foot in the door there, and just help my team win.
Okay, so now can you talk to me about the semifinals, if you remember it?
Yeah, it was against Walter State,
Yep.
and back and forth game. That's when the the legend Kiko Romero was put our whole team on his back. Guy hit so many home runs in that playoff run for us, and if we didn't have him, I don't think we're in the situation we are today.
Okay, then now we're going to talk about the JUCO National Championship against the Cowley Tigers from my junior college conference, the KJCCC.
It was a battle. I mean, still remember everything about that game, ups and downs. We had our probably our number two going, so we felt very confident. And then obviously like just the way we were swinging it at the time, like I just don't really believe that we could have been stopped. And then our big league closer now, Drew Summers, came in, shut the door, and I mean, he's probably one of the best pitchers I've ever played with. So seeing him do that and just I don't know, it's just like we've been through so much that year. We played the most amount of elimination games possible. Like every time we were in a tournament, we lost the first game and had to put our backs against the door and somehow win it. And we did it every time. It's probably the most resilient group of guys I've ever played with. And yeah, we're in Central Arizona history for sure. We won a national championship.
What was that moment like when that final out hit?
Just like all the hard work paid off. I mean, coach was big into the team aspect thing and working together. It's not just one guy. It's not just the four best hitters or the four best pitchers. Like everyone has value, and I think that's one thing that we use and we did a good job with as a team. And like we played some really good competition and beat the crap out of some teams too. So I think yeah, it's still probably one of the best teams I've ever played with.
What was your recruitment like out of JUCO?
Um, it was honestly not much because as soon as SU offered, I kind of just committed. I mean, it was the spot I wanted to go. Didn't turn out the way I don't know. Still playing football, so I'm not too mad about it, but didn't end up going there. But kind of wish I didn't commit as early to see like some of the schools that I could have probably been talking to my sophomore year. Just the year I had and stuff like that. Definitely could have been. Not saying ASU is not great caliber school or anything like that. I'm just talking maybe some SEC schools and stuff like that.
Okay, the next thing that I have for you is the draft rolls around. So the draft that year, what were all some of the teams that like you talked to and some potential spots that you thought you could be landing and then that moment once you got the call?
Um, there was like four or five teams that I really thought that I could end up to, and it was like the Blue Jays, Rangers, Rays, little bit Guardians, and then maybe like a backdoor Red Sox, maybe. Um, every scout that I talked to in junior college was pretty much just like, yeah, we want to watch you pitch at the Division 1 level. We want to see you go up through there, and then I decided to go to the Cape Cod, um, where I had some of the best numbers I've probably ever had against some really good competition, and it kind of changed it from there.
Okay, so you were drafted round 10, pick 308 by the Cleveland Guardians. Talk to me about that moment.
It was just a real moment. Seeing my parents, how happy they were. They deserve all the credit for my success. Putting putting them before me and stuff like that, and I can't thank them enough. And that was kind of the most best thing I noticed about that was just how happy my parents were and see like somewhat of the hard work's paid off.
What has your journey been like throughout the minors?
It's been up and down roller coaster for sure. Year one Probably put together the best 6 months of baseball I could ever put together, and then this year get just little ups and downs and humbling experience. And you think you got everything figured out, and then you go and get punched in the face. But I feel like every competitor needs that. Every person who's been in these situations, who's in the big leagues now, has definitely gone through ups and downs in the minor leagues. So I mean, even if you go perfect through the whole thing, then you'll be in the big leagues real quick, right? So just finding a way to be consistent, and how can I use both of my years to for my third year to be good?
Okay, so 2025, you went 4-9 with a 4.24 ERA, 25 starts, 104 innings pitched, 117 strikeouts, and a 1.38 WHIP. What were the lessons learned from this past season and your expectations in 2026?
Lessons learned is just like hitting's hard. I mean, hitting is one of the hardest things in all sports to do. And I think just like I was nibbling a lot last year, wasn't throwing strikes early in counts. I was falling behind, getting into the hitter counts, like 2-1, 3-1 counts, where like I'd be forced to throw stuff that I know I can throw strikes, and that's either the fastball or the cutter and stuff like that. So just putting them in better counts and them in better situations. And then for next year, it's just like, how can I have that same mentality with my changeup and slider and cutter as I do with my heater? Stuff like that. Just find ways to get better and just use this year to, just take one step at a time.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about this. Next month, you got selected for the World Baseball Classic for Team Canada as pitcher. What's your
Yep.
thoughts?
I just excited for the opportunity. I mean, pitching at the biggest stage and on the world stage, playing against probably I know will be the best competition I've ever faced in my life. I'm ready for the opportunity. I'm excited for the opportunity. Just honestly ready to get going, and can't wait for it to start.
Do you know who's in your guys' pool yet?
Yeah, we're in Puerto Rico. We play Puerto Rico, Cuba, Colombia, and Panama.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so this next person that I know is in the organization with you, and he was part of the same draft class as you, okay? I want you to tell me
Okay.
if you know him. Keegan Zinn.
Yeah, I know Keegan.
Okay, so me and Keegan have the same cousin.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
that's cool.
so, so I want you to talk to me about your relationship with Keegan.
It's been a good relationship. I mean, obviously, getting drafted with the guy, you'll be closer with the guys you were drafted with and stuff like that. It's been cool. See him grow a little bit. He came in as a little 18-year-old.
Yeah.
And he's definitely gotten better, and I'm just excited to see him go this year.
What is your welcome to JUCO and welcome to the minor story?
Welcome to Juco. I think is just showing up and you're in the middle of nowhere. You realize that baseball's all you got, and kind of just I don't know, some of the best friendships I've ever had because we're forced to hang out with each other all the time, and there's not much to do besides just hang with your teammates and practice and a little bit of schoolwork, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's just that's probably my welcome to JUCO moment, just like realizing like, okay, hey, we're back trying to get to Division 1, just do anything you can to get there. And then welcome to the minors is just kind of just first spring training, seeing all the big leaguers, seeing how they work and see how they go about their process and stuff like that. Um, it's been super cool, and just like I don't know, it's just like everything in pro ball is just like top tier. You can't really beat it. I mean, you got all the resources in the world and pretty much just everything right there in front of you to get better.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is there's multiple people that I've known, and a lot of these guys have been on my podcast, and I want you to talk to me about each one of these guys. Okay, the
Uh,
first one, Ryan Spolero.
Blair, I know a little bit about him. I mean, I'd never played with Soblero, but my best friend
Right.
from my sophomore year was there another year, Jack Seward. So, I got to know Soblero a little bit through him. Good guy. Um, Kid could throw hard, uh,
Yeah.
for sure. And he's one click away. I mean, he's got some of the best stuff I've seen. I've watched him pitch in real life before, and I think the sky's the limit. Just got to make quick adjustments, and it should be good for that.
Jordan Bach.
Jordan Bach, yeah, Ladner, hometown kid. We grew up playing together. His dad was one of my first coaches growing up. I played with his older brother. I didn't play much with Jordan, but yeah, Jordan's a good kid. I mean, it's great to see him. Small town, small JUCO, and now at KU. Like, good for him. Happy for him. Hopefully, he gets a chance in the draft this year.
Lyle Miller Green.
Played with him in the Cape. Good
Yep.
guy. Some of the best power I've ever seen. Hit one of the farthest home runs I've ever seen, and then he comes in off the mound and throws 92, 94. So, I mean, a special athlete, and happy that he got an opportunity with the White Sox.
What are your favorite JUCO stories?
There's some good Drew Summer stories that I'm gonna keep to myself, but uh, just like honestly, that whole 2023 year, just the stuff we went through, like I don't even know, man. Like we went through point of that year, we were 32 and 0, like
Yeah.
haven't lost a game in 32 games, like some of those specialist groups I've ever been around, and like all we cared about was winning and having fun with each other. And I like try and model my game now is kind of like how that is and how we went about things that year. And yeah, it's just honestly that whole 2023 year is probably my favorite Juco story.
Favorite JUCO places that you played at and the minors so far?
Um, CSN, I would have to say is probably one of the nicer JUCO fields. Um, Obviously a rival of ours. Not a very not a not a fan of CSN, but at the end of the day, but also our field. I think our field, after they won the championship in 2019, they've been putting in a lot of work to it. And I just went back to Central Arizona last weekend, 2 weekends ago for the alumni game, and it was looking the best I've ever seen it. So I think, but honestly, I hate to say it, but I think CSN probably has the best JUCO field I've played at. And then this year we're playing at West Michigan Whitecaps, like the Kevin McGonigal, the Max Clark team,
Okay,
and
yeah.
they have like a AAA ballpark. I mean, we played the first round of the playoffs there, and there's 15,000 people there. Um,
Man.
so it's just a really cool atmosphere, and just that's probably my favorite place I've played in the minors so far.
Toughest lineup that you faced in JUCO and the minors?
JUCO, honestly, like the one team that I couldn't figure out was Pima Community College. Like I never could strike them out, and I always had tough times with them. They always gave me like a great run. I mean, people from Arizona Western want to say I don't even know. I don't want to get started there. Uh, 8 innings, 1 run, 16 Ks. We somehow lose, but whatever. Um, but I would say Pima Community College probably was one of the tougher teams that I faced in junior college, and then also um, that same West Michigan team. I mean, four first future big leaguers on that team.
Yeah.
Yeah, just McGonigal, Clark. Got nothing but respect for those guys. Obviously, respect what they do on the baseball field and stuff like that. But those are definitely some of the probably the reason I had a 4 year area in the Midwest League this year. A lot was to them.
What sport would you have played at Central Arizona if not baseball?
I don't know. It's not too many good sports at that school besides baseball, if I'm gonna be completely honest with you. So I mean, there's only track and field, and our men's basketball team got cut. They had a women's basketball, but that's about it. And I don't see myself as a track and field runner, that's for sure. So uh, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, talk to me about your daily routine versus a game day routine in the minors.
Daily routine in the minors is could be everything. Like 7 o'clock game. Some days we have to show up at noon. Some days we have to show up at 3. Just depends if there's BP and stuff like that. So Usually just coffee in the morning, maybe with some breakfast, and then head over to the field for lift and stuff like that. And then game days routines is really just how can I put myself in a good position to go compete that night and listen to some crazy ass music. I'm a heavy metal guy on start day, so I like getting into the zone and stuff like that. And I'll start early with that. But just try and stay in the same routine as much as possible. Um, yeah.
What is something that you struggled with this past season that you want to improve on?
Um, I think my secondary pitches. I just think like just being able to tone those down. I mean, striking out 117 guys with mostly just a fastball. See that number go up even more if I just have my other stuff going right. So kind of get back to that first year mentality that I had and use this last year as like a learning experience and not something to dwell on.
What is your biggest source of motivation during challenging times?
Probably my older sister. My older sister passed away in 2020. No, 2021. So just dealing with stuff like that, and I just think remember um, her meaning to me and like how much she meant to me, and just every time I'm in a tough spot, remember that she would want me to go through it and she would want me to push through it, and so yeah, I'd probably say my big sister.
What are some things to expect on the minor league level?
Just it's a grind. I mean, it's just a lot of yeah, you want to win, but there's also like so much development inside of it. It's like it was a little weird transition for me. Like actually not as much because I feel like Cleveland promotes a team culture more than like any other team that I've heard and just experiences that I've had playing against other teams. But just going from like everything is literally only about winning. Doesn't matter how it gets done at junior college. Like Central Arizona, we were good at winning. We proved it year in and year out, right? So, and then going to pro ball, like, yeah, you want to win at the end of the day. Like, yeah, you low A high, like you want to win, and we won championships there too. But like at the end of the day, it's like more about your development and how do you can you get better each and every day. I don't want to say it's an individual sport when you get to minor leagues, but it's definitely more individualized to like how you need to get better and stuff like that.
What's your favorite things about JUCO?
Um, just everything. Like honestly, like there's so many good benefits to junior college, I think. I mean, I'm not saying to people like you shouldn't go Division 1 because I think that's if I had the opportunity on Division 1, right? I think it's not good, but trust me, I've faced some of the best baseball players in junior college, and just like the surprising how competitive every team was, especially in the Arizona Conference. And I know Texas and Florida are just as better, might be better, right? So Kansas as well. But just seeing all the competition in junior college was really cool to see.
Okay, the next one that I have for you is how do you handle and learn from criticism or constructive feedback?
Depends who it's coming from. I mean, if it's someone that is a mentor to you or a coach or stuff like that, obviously you take it into account and how can you use it as fuel or how can you get better? But then also like the Twitter hounds and stuff like that. Uh, went through a lot of it my first 2 years, especially this year feeling didn't pitch to the way I wanted to. But you can't let that stuff get to you. Like they're saying it from behind the screen, right? So that's
Yeah.
all that you got to remember at the end of the day. And honestly, me and my buddies laugh at a lot of the comments we see on there, and it's a joke, like at the end of the day, but like it's a part of every professional sport.
Yeah.
It's literally it's sad that it's a thing now, but it's part of every sport and just part of the game.
Okay, so if you guys had these, I want you to talk to me about your 5 a.m. JUCO stories.
It's usually just running the mountain. I think anyone at Central, any interview you've had at Central, they'll talk about the mountain. And I'm a bigger guy. When I was at Central Arizona my freshman year, I showed up at like 320 pounds. I'm like 240 now, but trying to run up that mountain when I was as big as I was at Central Arizona, definitely wasn't fun. But that's probably the craziest stuff. But it's also like the mental toughness that goes behind it. I remember when I was running it, I would always be like, "This is stupid. This is dumb." But now looking back at it after you get through it all, it's like all worth it. I understand why our coach did that. I understand why stuff like that. Just a bunch of mental toughness stuff, but it's also some of my favorite stories I've ever heard too.
Favorite bus ride stories?
Honestly, probably the one back from Grand Junction, 23. It's kind of like the last time that team has all like been in the same room, stuff like that. We were just won a national championship, so you can imagine how we were the night before.
Yeah.
But it's a good time to be around those guys, and there's always just some good stories on the bus for sure. But yeah, just that one probably sticks out the most to me.
What made you get into baseball in the first place?
My dad played growing up, and then my brother played as well. Just it was something that my friends and I, from a young age, just loved, and we were always doing it. I backed on my parents, my childhood home. We backed onto this big park and always play wiffle ball and stuff like that. And I just think since all my friends were so into it and we all loved it so much, we were all just very interested in it and we were obsessed with it, honestly, at the end of the day.
Did you play any hockey growing up?
No, I'm probably one of the only Canadians ever to not play hockey.
Okay.
But something I wish I did. So I think I'm like part American or something because my dad was like, "Hey, do you want to play hockey or football?" And I was like, "Football," right away. Didn't even think about hockey. So yeah, I was more of a football, baseball guy growing up. Never got the chance to play hockey. Something I wish I did because I love doing it now. Just in the winter when it's the pond's frozen in Canada, just go out with your boys on the ice. It's cool. It's hard as sorry.
Yeah.
It's hard, but
Yeah.
it's something I wish I was a lot better at.
Do you have a favorite hockey team at least?
Yeah, I'm a Vancouver Canucks guy. I'm from
Okay.
Vancouver, so
Okay.
yeah.
And then you are a Seattle Seahawks fan, right?
Yeah.
Which
Vancouver's 2 hours north, so pretty easy there. That's probably my favorite sports team. I'm a very passionate Seahawks fan, that's for sure.
what was your thoughts on winning the Super Bowl?
Game wasn't great. I'm happy my team won it though. If the Seahawks weren't playing, I would have thought that was a terrible game. But it was especially after the last time that happened to that team. When they decided to throw the ball and not run the ball with the best running back in the league. But
Yeah.
don't want to get started about that. It was obviously cool. Just went over for a Super Bowl party at my teammate's house, hung out with the guys, so can't complain about it.
So I see the backdrop right behind you, the Cleveland Guardians. What's it like so far?
It's been awesome. I can't really complain. Everything's been great. From the pitching group to the strength and conditioning to the medical staff. Even talking with some of the big leaguers, the Canadians, Eric Zabrowski and Cade Smith. I've been kind of like a sponge around them, just seeing how they go about it. The best, right? Cade Smith's one of the best relief pitchers in baseball. So
Yeah.
just seeing how he goes about it and seeing they take time out of their day to ask questions about me and stuff like that. And it's cool. That's probably been the best part. But they push a lot. It's like team guards ball, right? Just it's team first mentality, and that's I'm happy I ended up here. That's for sure.
So what all have you been doing so far in spring training? Like what all workouts and stuff and everything?
Well, I got down to camp January 4th, so I've been out here for a good month now.
Okay.
The first month it was kind of just like still attacking that weight room, still like that off-season mindset, but you start mixing in some like bullpens and stuff like that. Now we're starting to get into the live BPs and all right, we're getting into compete mode, right? So dialing back on the lifts a little bit. Like not on the lifts, but just the volume of it. More of
Yeah.
just like staying in shape and maintaining everything you got. But yeah, we're kind of getting into transitioning into games right now. So I got live BP on Saturday, so I'm fired up for that. I'm just excited to get going for the WBC.
So when did you say you leave for the WBC again?
Fly to Florida March 1st.
Okay,
We play the Blue Jays March 3rd and the Phillies March 4th, and I'm pitching against the Phillies on March 4th.
gotcha. Okay, what do you like to do for fun?
Big golfer. Um,
Big golfer. Okay.
yeah, that was honestly my first purchase when I got drafted. Bought myself a nice new set of clubs, and it's been a thing. But yeah, like everyone in the Guardians organization pretty passionate about it. Guys like Travis Bazzana, Alex Mooney, stuff like that. Guys I golf with decent amount, and it gets competitive out there. Uh, chirps are flying, which I love. Hostile environment. But you should be able to chirp with your friends. That's what you should be able to have fun, be competitive all the time and stuff like that. That's what I love about it. That's why I love golf. It's like a step away from the sport you play, and you can still go compete your ass off.
Favorite Bazana story so far?
Um, there's some good ones. I mean, just I don't know if there's a favorite story. It's just like just to kind of admire his craft. There's definitely a reason why he was the number one pick, stuff like that, and just a ton of respect towards him. And he's been a lot of my high school teammates went to Oregon State, so got to know him a little bit through that, and it's been good so far.
What do you do when you're in a slump?
Slump, honestly, I try to think about it too much. Go about your day the same. As a starter, you have the bullpens in between each start, so that's kind of when you worry about your slump. For me, at least, not worry about it. That's when you reflect on it and say like, how can you get better? Um, Pro ball's been a lot of partnership too. It's just like partnering with your pitching coach and stuff like that. He's like, all right, this is what we think, but we also want to know what you think and stuff like that. So just kind of viewing it as a partnership and then when you're in a slump, you can't really think about it too much because the more you think about it, the more bad thoughts you'll put in your head and stuff like that. And that's something that I learned this year, going through a slump that I needed to because, like we said, junior college and first year pro ball didn't really have too much failure. So being able to get punched in the mouth and just learning how to deal with it now because
How do you stay mentally locked in?
I'm just mentally locked in. I mean, I love doing it. I've been a competitor my whole life. I just love to compete. I love to win. Um, so I think that's just a great little aspect thing to have, and then go from there. But then also like just staying locked in by like trying to find ways to stay in the mode and not let other little things distract you.
Your thoughts on NIL?
Um, I mean, I like it to some extent. I think there needs to be like a salary cap or something, but
Okay.
I don't know. And one of the reasons I didn't go to ASU because I wasn't eligible to legally take NIL because I'm Canadian.
Yeah.
So there's loopholes around that, which I know there won't be because it's all tax related. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, so next I do want to ask you this. With you not being able to receive NIL because you are an international student, I want to know your thoughts on that and what you think needs to happen in the future.
I mean, I'm honestly okay with it. I mean, it makes sense why international people can't get the NIL. It sucks, obviously, but at the end of the day, like you're not on a work visa, you're there for school. In reality, you probably shouldn't be making a lot of money as like a 19-year-old college student. Probably some bad decisions will be made. But stuff like that. I mean, no real complaints about it, but
What's your thoughts on players having advisors and agents?
I think draft advisors are fine. Mine were great for to me in college. I'm with a different agency now, but the one I was with earlier was perfect for being in junior college, and I think there's a lot of help to it. But I also think there's some bad draft advisors out there giving out false information and stuff like that. So I think just making sure you're with the right one and not just signing with one to have one, stuff like that.
What is your initial thoughts on the transfer portal?
Um, I like it. I don't.
Okay.
I never really had the opportunity to go through it for junior college and stuff like that. But I don't agree with like the guys who are playing all the time and get all the reps they need just to go get more money when they could maybe wait a year and get it in the draft and stuff like that. But and yeah, I've never been in that situation before, so I've never I remember when the ASU offered me NIL and before I knew I wasn't legally allowed to get it, I was pretty happy. So but I think the portal is good for some cases, but I also think it's used not in the right way as well.
What's your thoughts on the extra year eligibility rule?
Mm, I mean, I don't hate it. Gives them some of my best friends are still in their extra year right now, finishing their last years of school. Yeah, you get one more opportunity to play in front of pro scouts and stuff like that. So I'm not against it, but I'm also not in love with but just also not in love with just the whole aspect of it pretty much.
What's your thoughts on how baseball is changing analytically?
Definitely, I don't know, it's a touchy subject. But I think there's benefits to it for sure on the development side of things. For bullpens and stuff like that. Using the analytical stuff to see how your shapes and stuff are moving. That's what I like about it. I think some people are getting a little too deep into it, listening not just on actual results, more of like trajectory and stuff like that. That's one thing I maybe don't like about it as much, but usually the analytics are somewhat right, right? So um, that's pretty much all my input on it.
Okay. What's your thoughts on the pitch clock?
I like it. Um, I like to move fast on the mound, and I think having a clock is good. And trust me, as someone who watches 5 baseball games a week, then you only get to play in one of them. It's good to have a little time clock on it there, so games aren't taking 5, 6 hours. But other than that, I love it when I'm on the mound. I like to make the hitter uncomfortable, move as quick, but not too, I don't know, hectic.
Yeah.
But just using it to my advantage, and that's what I've learned. I didn't like the junior college one because you couldn't see it. It was all just whatever the umpire started the clock, and it was all based on his judgment, stuff like that. But I think it's a good tool to use for your strengths on the mound and being able to put the hitter in just not comfortable. It's not their box, right? So you get to dictate the speed of play.
Okay. Here's some hard ones, okay? Out of your career, what season means the most to you and what coach means the most to you?
Damn. I mean, it's hard to not say 23 is
Yeah.
not the most like meaningful one to me. I mean, as a team, by far the most meaningful season to me. For myself, probably 24 season and 25. I mean, winning junior college pitcher of the year, then getting drafted, and then going to have the year I had my first year of pro ball. So stuff like that was really cool to be. But just pretty much that. And then for coach, that's a tough one because there's a lot of really good coaches. that I've had, and like multiple people that I wouldn't be here today without. But I think the one that stands out the most is Coach Gillich,
Yep.
the head coach of Central Arizona. I think a lot of people who've played for him understand it, and just the way he goes about coaching. It's Yeah, he puts the best players out on the field, but it's just a different way about it. It's like so team oriented, team first mentality, and it's Gilly's taught me so much just outside of the game of baseball too. And there's taking a chance on a kid from Canada and being able to do what I did at that school. Yeah, I think Coach Gillich is probably one of the most memorable people for me.
And where's he coach now?
Cal.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool
Yeah.
story there.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your walkout song to the mound?
I don't know. It's different every year. It's usually some sort of heavy metal. I'm an Alice in Chains guy, so
Oh, okay.
something around those lines. My music I listen to at the game, before the game, and during my walk-up song isn't something that I would listen with others, but it works for me. Works for me, and don't plan on changing it anytime soon.
Okay, so I have two last ones for you tonight. What advice do you have for JUCO players and Division One players trying to make it to the next level like you have?
Just keep working hard. You're never gonna get the results in a day. Um, it's a long process. All you can control is what you can control, right? And I think that's one thing that I've learned really like a lot over the years is like stop worrying about shit you can't control. Examples like umpires and bad calls and stuff that's just literally out of your control, and just not giving that stuff the time of day, and just remembering where you came from and stuff like that.
Okay, the last one tonight is going to be what five people do you know in the minors or D1 or the majors that went JUCO that you'd want to see on the podcast?
You can get Summers on there. Be an
Okay.
interesting one. You'd like that.
I did reach out to him today. I haven't heard back yet, but I
Yeah,
did
he's
reach out to him.
he's he's a tough cat to get a hold of. I still only hear from him every once in a while. But I mean, another good guy, honestly, like if you can get Kiko Romero on,
Okay.
he's been through a lot. Also probably best career at Central Arizona. And then there's a couple Australians that you'd probably have a good time with, like Jalen Ray and Liam Evans, both played at Central Arizona. Um, they'll have some good stories for you, and especially just coming from Australia and over to
Yeah.
play in Arizona. I think that would be a good one to get on the pod.
Okay, and then one that's in your organization for the Cleveland Guardians that went JUCO. Already had Caden on.
Favors, yeah.
Yep.
Trying to think. Uh, who else? Maybe Cam Schulke
Okay.
went to I think it was Central Florida.
Perfect.
Um, yeah, the submarine pitcher. He'd be a good guy to get on, probably.
Ooh, yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah.
That'll be cool. Well,
Mhm.
Matt, man, I really appreciate you for your time tonight, and I look forward to watching you in the World Baseball Classic, man.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Most definitely, man. Have a great night.
You as well.
Thank you.